Hey there, this particular video was not available in English, so I have to go ahead and do this video tutorial on my own. And this is Task20j of the Cambridge one, and it covers on the calculation COUNTIF. So what we have to do is open the file, source file called staff.csv. So if I open up source.csv, you can see these are the files that you need to. And if I zoom in closer, you can see these are the name, jobs, years, experiences of the staff numbers right over here. So what we can do is the file lists some workers on another project and lists each worker's job and place a formula in cells B24 to B28. So B24 to B28, which is right over here, and then to count how many of each type of worker are implied on the project. Okay, so what we can do right here, we can just look at this one later on, but we focus on B24 and 28, how many of each type of worker are employed of the project. So we do have director, we do have analyst, you have engineer, programmer, and sales. And it's actually quite similar. You can see that these are the jobs and these belong to these people. And what we can do, we can use COUNTIFs. So if I just go on ahead and zoom this clearly for everybody, and what I want to do is to know how many number of staff at the top that has this kind of job. And we can do so by doing COUNTIFs. When you type in COUNTIF, you will be able to see the range right over here. And what we can do is to select the range all the way at the top, because these are the number of jobs that we have. And what I want this to do is that these ranges should remain the same. So I'm going to put the absolute cell reference at top so that these ranges doesn't move. And then what I'm going to do next is to select criteria. And then the criteria is basically director. So I don't need to put any of the absolute cell reference, because when I go down, when I drag down later, I want that to go down. And I'll show you how does it work later on. So I'm basically done. I have the range, I have the criteria, and then I'm just going to press enter. You can see that director only have one person based on the numbers and the ranges at the top. So now I'm just going to drag this right below, and you can see that when I put the absolute cell reference, the dollar sign to the ranges at the top, it remains the same, but the A24 now becomes A25 and now relates to the analyst at the top. So analyst, if I manually counted this one through two-person, and that's about correct. And now I can drag the rest, and now we do have a number for engineer, programmer, and sales quite easily. Now, we can now go to place a formula in cell B31 to count the number of employees with less than 5 years of experience. So B31 is right over here. We can see at the top how many number of experiences people have. And the criteria was simply COUNTIF. Okay, we can use COUNTIF one more time. And then we make sure we select the number of range and select range at the top. And now we're going to select the criteria. If you remember criteria, we can do so by putting the speech mark first. This time we can put in less than 5, and then we close out with a speech mark and the closing parentheses or bracket. You can see that we have 7 number of staff with less than 5 years of experience. Now, going on to the last one, place a formula in B32 to count the number of employees with 10 or more years of experience. So we can go ahead and just select and type COUNTIF one more time. And just select the range at top right over here, and goes on to the criteria. And then this time is greater and equals to 10 years, because it's a with 10 or more. So I have with 10 or more, and I do have 5 persons. Oh, I forgot to put in a range at the top. That means I didn't do the range properly at the top. So now I should have the correct ranges. I have 5 persons with more than 10 years of experience. And that's basically what this task. Hope this video helps, and I'll see you in the next one.